The Scarecrow is empty, yet it stands. It is pierced, yet it does not suffer. The arrows arrive, but where is the one who is wounded? In Zen, pain is not personal. It is an event that arises, lingers, and dissolves like mist in the morning sun. The Scarecrow, like the enlightened being, does not resist. It does not claim ownership of the pain, nor does it try to stop the arrows. It simply is. Zen teaches us that suffering arises from attachment to self, to meaning, to the expectation that life should be without arrows. But the Scarecrow shows us another way. It receives all and claims nothing. In doing so, it transcends harm. The image recalls hexagram 47, oppression, exhaustion. This hexagram speaks of suffering that refines rather than destroys. The Scarecrow, impaled and unyielding, mirrors the condition of one who endures hardship, not in defeat, but in transformation. Yet, the I Ching reminds us that exhaustion is never permanent. The tide recedes, the floodwaters break, and new possibilities emerge. The Scarecrow is not doomed. It is in a process. The arrows do not signal its end, but rather a moment before renewal. Like Saint Sebastian, left for dead but ultimately surviving, there is always the possibility of a second breath. The Scarecrow appears broken, but it is not. The true danger does not lie in the arrows, but in the illusion of resistance. It does not push back, and so it does not shatter. It remains upright, moving with the wind, immune to despair. In the way of the Tao, there is no need to fight. What is struck dissolves. What is grasped slips away. The Scarecrow is not losing to the arrows. It has simply never positioned itself as their enemy. The Tao teaches us to move like water, adapting to hardship rather than resisting it. The Scarecrow has already surrendered, and so it cannot be defeated. We describe awakening not as an escape from suffering, but as a radical acceptance of reality as it is. The Scarecrow is a perfect embodiment of this insight. It is not seeking to be elsewhere. It is not hoping for a different fate. It simply acknowledges, this is what is happening. Yet, the world sees it as a victim, a passive target. We may look upon it with pity, but that is our illusion. The Scarecrow does not share our concerns. It has no ego to defend, no expectation that life should be anything other than what it is. We might argue that the Scarecrow is the ultimate existentialist figure. It does not seek salvation, nor does it despair. It simply bears witness. The Saint Sebastian Scarecrow is more than a victim. It is a reflection of our own struggles with suffering. Zen shows us that suffering is an illusion born of attachment. The I Ching teaches us that even hardship is a phase within a cycle of renewal. The Tao reminds us that resistance only breeds more suffering. We should sit with reality, to accept it as it is, without adding unnecessary weight. Together, these perspectives reveal the Scarecrow as something more than a wounded figure. It is a testament to resilience without rigidity, endurance without resistance. It is not waiting for liberation. It already possesses it. What are the arrows in our own lives? Criticism, failure, fear. Do we take them as personal wounds, or can we learn from the Scarecrow? The world may continue to shoot, but we decide whether to suffer. The Scarecrow teaches us the paradox of surrender. When we stop resisting, we stop being harmed. When we let go of the need to fight, we become untouchable. Reflect on the arrows in your own chest. What wounds do you hold on to? What pain have you mistaken for permanence? Can you let go of resistance and simply allow things to be as they are. For a moment, be the Scarecrow. Let the wind move through you. Accept what comes without grasping. And in that space of stillness, notice how suffering loses its grip. The Scarecrow does not seek revenge on the wind, nor does it hate the hands that made it. It simply exists, fully and without fear. And so can we. Breathe in. Release. The arrows are only as real as your resistance.